Welcome to Transitional Adult Care LLC. In this orientation, you'll see how compassionate care, dignity, and professionalism shape the work we do every day. This orientation is here to help you begin with clarity. It introduces how Transitional AFC works, what we stand for, and what excellent care looks like from day one. At the center of our philosophy is a simple truth. People are our business. Every policy, every interaction, and every decision starts with the person in our care. Our mission is to support safety, dignity, rights, and quality of life in a home environment that feels respectful, stable, and person-centered. Your role is essential to that mission. The way you show up, communicate, document, and respond directly affects each resident's well-being and trust. We support adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, including people living with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and traumatic brain injury. No two residents are the same. Each person brings their own strengths, needs, preferences, communication style, and goals. That is why our support is individualized. We protect dignity, uphold rights, and shape care around the person, not around convenience. Our care model is person-centered. That means the resident's voice, goals, routines, and preferences guide the support we provide. HCBS principles reinforce that care should support real choice, privacy, community inclusion, and as much independence as possible. Restrictions are never casual. They must be limited, justified, and consistent with rights, safety, and approved support plans. Our work is guided by important compliance standards, including LARA, MDHS, MCCMH and CMH requirements, Medicaid rules, HCBS expectations, and HIPAA protections. These are not background rules. They shape how care is delivered, documented, supervised, and reviewed every single day. Compliance is a condition of employment. When you follow policy, you protect residents, co-workers, the organization, and your own professional integrity. The standard starts with respect and dignity. Every resident, family member, co-worker, and partner deserves professional and thoughtful interaction. Emotional intelligence matters here. How you listen, regulate your reactions, and respond under pressure affects the tone of the entire home. You represent Transitional AFC in every shift, every message, and every decision. Professionalism and accountability are part of the job. Your employee handbook outlines the core expectations for conduct, attendance, privacy, safety, and workplace responsibilities. It also defines professional boundaries, confidentiality standards, and the expectation that documentation is timely, accurate, and complete. Some behaviors can lead to discipline because they place residents, records, or the workplace at risk. Knowing the handbook is part of working safely. Attendance is not only a scheduling issue. In residential care, it is a safety issue because residents depend on consistent staffing and reliable handoff. If you need to call off, follow the required process right away and communicate through the correct channels. A true emergency is handled differently from a preventable absence. Occurrences are tracked because patterns matter. Repeated attendance problems affect staffing stability, resident care, and team trust. During probation, dependability is especially important. Showing up prepared and on time helps establish confidence in your role from the start. You'll use Homebase for scheduling, timekeeping, and reviewing your hours, so accurate use of the system is part of your regular routine. Use it to clock in and out correctly, check your schedule, and submit time off requests within the required process. Payroll depends on honest and timely entries. Accurate timekeeping protects both pay accuracy and compliance. Documentation is more than paperwork. It is a legal record, a compliance record, and a quality of care record. Entries must be timely, accurate, and based on what actually happened. Good documentation supports continuity, accountability, and safe decision-making. Late entries, guessing, copying, and falsifying records are never acceptable. If it is documented, it must be true. Protected health information includes details that identify a person and connect them to care, health status, services, or payment. Your responsibility is to keep that information private, share it only when authorized, and stay mindful in conversations, texts, devices, and records. If you suspect a breach, report it immediately. Fast reporting protects residents and helps limit further harm. Incidents can include injuries, medication errors, behavioral events, accidents, missing persons, suspected abuse, neglect, or other unusual events that affect safety. Your first responsibility is immediate safety. Then notify the right supervisor and follow required reporting timelines without delay. Suspected abuse or neglect may also require APS reporting. You are expected to report concerns, and retaliation for good faith reporting is not acceptable. Transitional AFC has zero tolerance for fraud, waste, and abuse. Ethical practice is part of delivering responsible care. If something seems improper, report it through the available channels so concerns can be reviewed and investigated appropriately. Records must be retained properly, and concerns should never be ignored. Speaking up is an expected part of compliance. Quality improvement means we monitor how well services are delivered and where outcomes, safety, or consistency can be strengthened. Utilization management helps ensure residents receive authorized services in the right way, with documentation that supports what was provided. Audits and reviews reflect daily practice. The quality of your notes and actions directly affects measurable outcomes. Resident rights include dignity, respect, privacy, communication, choice, visitor access, and the right to voice concerns and grievances. Every resident also has the right to live free from abuse, neglect, exploitation, and humiliation. Those protections are non-negotiable. Good care includes personal hygiene support, clean living spaces, infection prevention, and respectful help with activities of daily living. Cleanliness is not just appearance. It protects health, supports comfort, and reinforces each resident's dignity. Your onboarding includes required training with specific deadlines, and the onboarding checklist helps you track what must be completed and when. Some topics are required during onboarding, others repeat annually, and certain roles may need medication training before specific duties can be assigned. Training status affects staffing readiness and compliance standing. Completing assignments promptly is part of your responsibility. Staying current protects residents, supports your team, and keeps you prepared to perform your role with confidence. Harassment, bullying, intimidation, and hostile behavior have no place in this workplace. Professional conduct is expected from everyone. If problems arise, use reporting channels and open-door communication to address concerns professionally and respectfully. When expectations are not met, the organization may use corrective action to address performance, conduct, safety, or compliance concerns. Some violations are especially serious because they put residents, records, or trust at risk and may lead to stronger discipline. Compliance, training completion, and resident protection are conditions of employment. Accountability is part of caring well. As you begin your work, remember what guides us. People are our business, and every resident deserves dignity, privacy, respect, and professional care. Bring compassion, accountability, and sound judgment to every shift. Do the work the right way and help create a home where people feel safe and valued. Welcome to Transitional AFC. We're glad you're here. Thank you for joining Transitional Adult Care LLC, where dignity and compassion meet and where people are our business.